Has. Is that okay? Okay. Anyone have any questions? Yes.
What year did St. Mary of Jesus Crucified live?
She lived 1847. She was alive in 1847. I think 1818 to 1840, 33 years after. 1818 she was born.
And the monastery is complete?
Yes. Yeah. It's round also.
Just one with a step going up.
The steps going down when you go in.
And when you go in.
That's right. Yes.
I can't remember. She has the habit, no?
That's right. Yeah, you can see her habit. Where she. That's right. Put it on. I'll tell you an anecdote. She was heavy set, kind of like me. Maybe I'm a little bit more heavy set than she was, but she had these big cheeks. And as I went there, I had just put on this cassock, on my first year in the seminary. I went and I put the cape on my shoulders. They allow people to put her cape on their shoulders. And as I put the cape on my shoulders and somebody was taking my pictures, one of the Carmelites took her head out. She said, "Father, you look just like her, but you need a veil."
Father, I think a conversion from Muslims to Catholicism are taken place.
On the 6th of October, I will receive a man whose name is Ahmad from Jordan. He was a convert to Christianity. There are some, yes, but very few. Unfortunately, our people in the land of Jesus Christ, there are still some Peters among us and some Judases. Unlike the Chaldean church, unfortunately, we have also conversions to Islam. Very few, but it broke my heart this time when I went back just 1 month ago. I saw three young men who had converted to Islam because they thought there was no future in Christianity for them in the Holy Land. The answer is yes, we have conversions from Islam. But it's very difficult. This man, Ahmad, who's coming here, is coming because his family tried to kill him several times. They broke his arm. That was the last time. And so his own father and mother want him dead.
How old is he?
He's in his 40s. I'm looking for a place for him to live. If you have somebody who has an empty room, let me know.
Any other questions?
This is for the Chaldean.
Yes.
In Willow Glen, there's another church that's similar, but they call themselves Catholic, but they're the Syrian.
Yeah, this is
what
the...
is the relationship between that group and the Chaldean Catholics?
Yes. They have the same right, but they are not in communion with the Pope. So it's Mar Yosef. By the way, in our language, Mar means my Lord. It means saint. So when I say Mar Yosef, it means Saint Joseph. So the church is, you're right, it's on Minnesota. It's Mar Yosef Church. It's a Syrian church of the East. They call themselves Catholics, but they're not in communion. Because, every apostolic church is a Catholic church. Because we confess, and when we say we believe in one holy apostolic Catholic. But they're not living their Catholicism. They have their own patriarch, but he's not in communion with the Pope. But our church, the Chaldean, which is the same rite, the same history, same tradition, same people, but the difference with our patriarch is in communion with the Pope. Just like there's Greek Orthodox, Greek Catholic, Coptic Orthodox, Coptic Catholic, Armenian Orthodox, Armenian Catholic. So they call themselves Catholic, but they're not. supposedly we have to be, every Christian has to be Catholic because we believe in one Holy Apostolic Catholic Church. Yeah. So if you've been there to their service?
Yes, we went, well, not to the service, we went to the
Festival?
festival.
Then you should come to our festival. Tomorrow.
We went to your festival too.
St. Mary's?
Yes.
Tomorrow. It's tomorrow, by the way.
We went a couple years ago.
But it's different now. It's under new management. Yeah. Church of the East, the Church of the East of Euphrates. They call it Church of Babylon. It's more, or the Persian Church. Now there's 3 patriarchs. There are 3 branches of the same one root, and the difference is either calendar or communion with the Pope. So the Chaldean Catholic Church is the Church of the East in communion with the Pope. We're Catholic by faith and practice. They are Catholic by faith only. Yeah. Thank you.
I have a question. Do you think that it can be dangerous to go and visit the Holy Land in this time?
I think Father.
I just came back. When did I come back? On the feast of the 6th of August, from Transfiguration. I came back. I have never heard in recent history of any pilgrim getting hurt on the pilgrimage. It's safe, but unfortunately a lot of people are afraid to go. Look, I'll tell you this. And the people who are guiding the tours there, if they know of a certain situation, things that are unsafe a little bit, they won't take you there for sure. So it's a safe place. You know, if, for example, if there were a riot happening in Los Angeles, we wouldn't know about it here in Silicon Valley, right? But people from the outside would think, oh, it's the same place, you know, Los Angeles, it's California. In general, it's safe to visit the Holy Land, yes. To visit Jordan also. You have to visit Jordan. Jordan is the land of the prefigurement. Jordan is where Moses died. Jesus went to Jordan. Elijah rose to heaven in Jordan. Jordan is part of the Holy Land. It's good to visit Jordan also. Moses died. Yeah, I said it. Okay. Yes.
I have a question for both you and Father Michael. I imagine because of the persecution that Christians are aware of their corporate identity, and there's greater solidarity, at least in parish life. What kind of observations and recommendations would you have for Catholics in the Western world who seem to live not such a strong life in the parish?
So Father Michael and I, all of the church priests from the Middle East, take a very big role in the daily life of the people who pray at our churches. That means he and I will visit all of the homes of the parishioners. We will visit and take communion to all of those who are sick in the hospitals. We will be invited to any major event, weddings or first communions or baptisms, because the priest is part of the life of the people who pray at the church. They see the priest as part of the family. In the same way with each other also. You'll have people, for example, in my church, the majority of the congregation is from Jordan and Palestine. Jordanians and Palestinians have many roots, from amongst each other. They're very close, even though they're from two different countries. But because of their ties in the church, they invite each other to all of these social events. And then after Mass, we always have that time after Mass. It's very big socially. They come and they eat something sweet, or we'll have lunch together, something like that. So I think that they say in Latin, ubi mensa, ibi messa. You know what that means? Where there is the dinner table, there is the mass, you see? Where there is food, basically. And so for us in the Middle East, we focus a lot on that aspect of...
Just want to add one thing, exactly as you said. I mean, for us, our faith is part of our identity. And the second, our faith is a family thing. It's not an organization or corporation. It's a family thing. So, as Father said, everybody knows me. I know everyone on a personal level. And I think this is what's missing here. Plus, we appreciate what we have, and that's why I think our brothers here and sisters, they should not take everything for granted. They should really appreciate the peace and the freedom that we have to live our faith. Maybe because of the persecution, we treasure who we are. And faith, Christian faith, is part of it's part of our life, because we practice our faith in every single part of our social life. Like, we don't do anything without a priest. Nothing, really. If we buy a house, if we move to a priest, has to be the first person to come and bless it. So, yeah, it's a family thing. And Christianity is a family thing. It's not about religion, it's about relation.
That's why we don't have so much hair.
I think this is the way, and it's in the Bible. You can read the Acts. It started as a family thing. They were meeting at houses, and they do the prayers and everything. So this will really, if we can live our faith as a family and as a part of our identity, it's not something that I switch. Okay, this church is better. No, I can't switch. I cannot be myself. I should always be myself. And Christianity and my right, it's part of mine. But this will not hold me from having communion with other people. This is what it means to be Catholic, is to be yourself and to accept others through Christ. Thank you. I think we're done. Yeah. One more?
I have a question.
Is it about the festival?
Are you like a separate rite in the Catholic Church? Is this a separate rite?
No, we're the same rite as the Holy Father is. But our Archbishop carries the title of Patriarch because he's the successor of St. James. St. James, that's the brother of the Lord, who was the first Bishop of Jerusalem. And so our Patriarch, our Archbishop, carries the title of Patriarch because he's a descendant of that disciple, St. James. We're not a separate rite, but even though we're a Latin rite, a Western rite, that doesn't make us not Eastern. For example, we participate in the communion of the Eastern churches. We have more in common with the Orthodox than we have with some Latin Catholics.
So do you use, what liturgy do you say?
We use the Latin liturgy.
You use the Latin liturgy.
In Arabic. Yes. Thank you so much. I'll give it to you in Arabic. Ar-Rabbu ma'akum, may the Lord be with you. يبارككم الله القادر على كل شيء، الآب والابن والروح القدس الله واحد.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Father.
So you met this
I know them very well. As I met them.
You want to go? How do you go?
No, they are very churchy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.